My name is Neil Stratton. I'm with Inside the League. I'm here with Brian Gaylor. Brian is a coach in Europe. We're going to talk a little bit about European football today. Brian, welcome and thanks for coming aboard.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us. Brian, first question. Just tell us a little bit about who you are, your position over there, and how you got there, and what your background is in football.
I coach for the Milano Rhinos, or we call them the Milan Rhinos. Uh, I'm the sports director, offensive coordinator, and special teams coach.
Okay.
Uh, and sports director is it's kind of a different title in Europe. I oversee all the coaches on all the teams that we have. Uh, I train all the coaches that we see. I sign import players. Uh, help with the budget, help with sponsoring. Uh, I do a lot of American community relations.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that I have to do, working with the American consulate and such as that.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Tell us a little bit about where football is played in Europe, what regions have the best level of play, and what have you.
Uh, it's played pretty much in every country now. Uh, Even Luxembourg now has a league, a very small league, but a league. Uh, the best football is Austria. Uh, they've had the longest experience with it.
Okay.
Germany comes in at the next spot, and the German league is very well organized, very well run. Uh, has seven divisions, so uh, and but the German, there's several German players that actually played in the league that now play in the NFL. They played in the league and then went to college, and now they're in the NFL. I think there's two or three.
Okay.
Uh, Beyond that, Italy and France and Switzerland kind of all come in next.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Now, how were those German players that are in the league right now identified and evaluated so they could wind up in the domestic NFL? I mean, were they scouted while they were over there, or were they put into leagues in Germany expressly so they could be brought to America?
no, sir. They started playing at probably age 15 or 16 over here, and then their coaches helped them to get a college to look at them. Most of them were taken on a walk-on basis,
Okay.
walked on for a year or two, and then just kind of developed.
Okay.
Uh, you'll find the German players to be there's a lot of size in Germany,
Okay.
a tremendous amount of size. Uh, my offensive line in Germany, I had four guys that were 6'8".
Wow.
Yeah, my quarterback had a difficult time. Uh,
Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. When do the seasons run generally, Brian? I mean, can players reasonably expect to be able to go get over there and then be back in time for training camp if that were the case?
if they play the Spanish league, which is not great football, but a great place to play, uh, starts in December, ends about June. Switzerland, Italy, and France are all the same. They're going to end in July, usually early July. So you can get home in time for all the camps. Uh, Austrian league is a little later, but they will allow players, if they're picked up by the CFL or the NFL, to leave. So if they've got a camp, they can go.
Okay.
The German league is a little different. They're not real big on allowing players to leave, so you have to be a little careful there.
Okay. 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 Now, pay is very important. What is the pay scale? How does that work? How does it vary by the various leagues there, Brian?
If you're in the top division, like for example, our league is called the IFL. That's top division Italy. The GFL 1 is Germany. Uh, the pay can run anywhere from €800 up to €2,000, depending on the player, depending on your experience. Uh,
Now, is that monthly?
that's monthly.
Okay.
And they're going to take care of your apartment, all your living conditions inside the apartment, water, electric, everything, internet, cell phone, health insurance. Any doctor visit is taken care of by the team. Uh, First division teams usually have their own doctor.
Okay.
Like, for example, we have our own doctor and our own staff of trainers.
Okay.
Uh, then some include food, some don't. It depends on where you're at. Here in Milan, we don't include food, but we pay higher than anybody else in Italy, so we figure we don't have to pay for food.
Okay. Now, Brian, I haven't been keeping up with my European exchange rates. 800 euros equals how much US? 2,000 equals about what US?
Let's see. You get 800 is probably going to be roughly 1,200 US dollars.
Okay.
2,000 is going to be about 2,800 US dollars,
Okay.
roughly.
Okay.
You can also get bonuses over here, which a lot of players do not know. If they don't have an agent, they never deal for this.
I see. I see.
Uh,
Okay. So having an agent is beneficial as far as getting the best deal when you're going over there.
yeah, I would think having an agent to get the deal is good. In my dealing with agents in the past, you have some agents that just don't understand the league, so they don't send them over here. But if you're going to play arena league, which is not that much money anyway, you can come over and play 11-man full field football with some really good coaches. I mean,
Okay.
there's quite a few good coaches over here.
Okay. All right. Now, speaking of coaches, um, it became Joe Avizano, a former Cowboys coach, spent some time over there before his tragic death recently. Is that something that's happening more and more commonly? Is the level of coaching, as far as American coaches, increasing? Is that becoming more common?
I'm seeing more NFL coaches coming in. They retire from the NFL and they come over here. Uh, the A lot of Division 1 retired coaches are now over here, along with Division 2. Uh, I'm the only coach in probably three countries that I know of that's full time and with a family.
Okay.
So that's a little unusual.
Okay.
Coach Avezzano was not full time; he
Oh,
was
really?
only here for the season.
Okay. I
Uh,
got you. I got you. Now, how big of a problem is it if you only speak English and don't speak any Italian or German or what have you? I mean, are there translators on the field? I mean, how does that work?
I have not coached for a team yet that did not speak very good English. Uh, the education level is pretty high for most of the football players here. The English is actually fairly high. If
Okay.
you go to Catania, Sicily, now you're running into a little bit of a problem.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So it
it's
kind of varies. All right.
France, the English level's low, and they will tell players coming in they want you to speak French.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, but Germany, Austria, kind of the more developed leagues, that's not
oh,
going to be as much of a problem.
you will not have any problem speaking only English, and you won't have a problem out in the community speaking only English.
Okay. Okay. I got you. I got you. All right. And finally, I guess one of the more important questions: how many Americans are allowed on a team typically, Brian?
In Germany, they're allowed six, but four can dress for a game day. Italy allows three, and three can dress on a game day. Three can be on the field at a time.
Okay.
Germany, only two on the field at a time.
Okay.
Uh, Switzerland and Austria are really up in the air right now. They've really limited it to one American on the field and two on the roster, and they did that due to financial concerns because of the financial crisis.
Okay. Okay. Now, um, if we take those quotas and we spread it across the number of teams in Europe, and I don't have any idea how many there are, you probably would. How many U.S. jobs are there on the field in a typical season if we, counted anywhere from December when some leagues are starting till July when some of them are wrapping up? Typically, what would you
Now,
guess?
you're talking about quality players, or are you talking about
Just
uh,
actual slots on a roster that would be permissible for Americans to fill.
Okay, you're looking at about 2,000 roughly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
That's a pretty good number.
yeah, because you got to realize that as you step down divisions in Germany, you'll have Americans playing in the fourth and fifth division.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
you know, Italy, you can play Americans in the second division, but not in the third. Uh, France, first and second. So
Okay. Okay. And then what's final question, Brian? What's the level of evaluation? Do scouts ever solicit your opinion on players? Do they ever reach out to you and say, "Hey, have you got any studs?" Are they ever requesting film? When I say scouts, I mean NFL scouts.
in the in the last 3 years that I've been here, CFL is started to move in over here. They have actually. I live right next to a monastery. You're about to hear it. Uh, CFL scouts have started to request stuff more. Uh, Coach for Green Bay, I can't think of his name right now. He coached in Kiel, and he was actually scouting players over here uh, as more of a developmental. Finding an 18-year-old that looked like he could reject,
Mm-hmm.
send him to the United States for a college for that kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I do know of two players last year that signed CFL contracts
Okay.
due to playing over here.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
Boy, that's loud, isn't it?
Hey, that's the spirit of old Italy right there. That's how we know that you're not cheating. You're not in the next room.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. Well, Brian, you've been very helpful. I can't thank you enough for your input. Hopefully, this will be of service to some of our ITL clients and they're kind of thinking about maybe sending players over there. Have a great day, Brian. Thanks again so much for Inside the League. Neil Stratton.
Thanks a lot.